My family wouldn't let me attend my siblings' wedding, so now I will cut contact with them. I think it would be easy to mention that I was never the family's favorite. I know there's a stereotype that the youngest sibling gets the most affection from the parents. Maybe it only applies to my family, but that's a complete lie, and I also know why my family treats me like that. They make no secret of it. I wasn't a wanted child for the simple reason that my parents only wanted a boy and a girl, so 2 children and no more. The fact that I was then born as a second son didn't fit into their family's predetermined picture. For this reason, I was always ignored at birthdays. I wasn't even allowed to be in family photos because they wanted to give the impression that their picture book family was the way they had imagined it. They never let go of this image, and just as an aside compared to my siblings, my parents punished me much more severely for little things. My sister once stole money and was grounded for a week while I was beaten up for leaving my room at night. I put up with it over the years because even though my parents didn't really pay attention to me, I always had a good relationship with my siblings. When my eldest brother got married a few years ago, I was still a minor, and even though I was offended, I wasn't allowed to attend the wedding on the grounds that it would be a child-free wedding. I was 15 at the time, and no doubt there would have been no reason not to let me attend. Even though I was hurt that I was the only one not allowed to attend, I accepted it. I'm now 19, and my sister wants to get married. She gave birth to a daughter last fall, and she and her partner wanted to get married. I was really looking forward to the wedding and bought myself a nice suit at some point. However, I received a message from my sister that I couldn't come to the wedding because they also wanted to have a child-free wedding and they needed someone to look after their daughter. My niece, I knew that wasn't true, as they had a babysitter said babysitter was a friend of hers who wanted to earn some extra money. While she studied, when I pointed this out to her, she explained that the babysitter didn't have time because she had to study. Which was also a lie, by the way, as I had previously sent the babysitter a friend request on Facebook, and she even wrote a post on the day of the wedding, saying that she was enjoying her day off. I asked her if she had anyone else who could look after the child, as I really wanted to be there after missing my brother's wedding. Suddenly she got angry and told me I was being selfish, and if I was a good brother, I would say yes without argument, and if I didn't say yes, I wouldn't be allowed to come to the wedding. Under any circumstances, it felt like a punch in the stomach. I couldn't understand why she didn't want me at the wedding in the end. I agreed, but still contacted my parents again. They also told me not to be so selfish as the day wasn't about me, and my sister was deciding the guest list anyway. Then I also realized for the first time that my attendance was never planned from the beginning, because I was the only one who didn't get an invitation. Yesterday was the wedding, and I cried when I saw all the photos posted in the WhatsApp family group. Everyone had a great time, even when my sister dropped her daughter off at my place, and I wanted to give her my wedding present. She didn't even give me a glance. She didn't even say thank you. Neither for the present, nor for babysitting. I want out of this family. I love them. But I can't stand being treated like this any longer. I'm about to be promoted at my home office job, and when that happens, I'm going to move far away and break off contact. They'll have the image of their perfect family back that I ruined, and I'll have my peace. A win-win situation for both sides. Update. I didn't plan to make an update, but so many people asked me, so here we are. My original post is now 3 days old, and a few things happened in that time span. Let's start by saying that I followed your advice. I contacted the local police and told them about the situation. Just in case anyone was looking for me one day after I posted it, I packed my things and drove to a friend of mine who lives far away. I haven't seen him in a while, but he agreed to let me stay with him until I have an apartment, and before you ask, I decided not to wait for my promotion. I wanted to get out of there immediately. That's when I started to read all of your comments. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Apparently my story made it to TikTok as well, but you probably want to know what's up with my family right now? Well, I blocked their numbers. Even though you guys told me not to leave a message, I left one. But not the way you think. My family has a spare key for my apartment. If for some reason they care enough to check on me, they find a message in my apartment. I wrote this because I wanted to tell them everything I felt and let them know about their wrongdoings towards me, and to my surprise, my friend got a call from my mom yesterday. I don't know if she found the message or just noticed that I was gone like that, but I assume she did. She said she was worrying about me and that she had called every one of my friends because she wanted to know where I was, and if he knew where I am, he lied to her and told her he didn't know. And then she hung up while some could see this as an effort. I know my mom better than anyone else. She's not worried about me. She's worried about her own image and how people would react if they saw how she failed as a parent. However, she was the only one who I know tried to reach out so far. To be fair, I blocked their numbers, so I'm not saying it's entirely impossible they tried. But still, my friend's mom had invited me for dinner this Sunday. His family was always very welcoming towards me, and I'm just glad I'm not alone. I would also be lying if I said the situation left me cold, because the truth is that I cried for most of the first 2 nights. I want to leave all of this behind me and start a new life. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more stories.